get a... Unfortunately, I had to rip out. Legit scared of cows. I'm getting Luteal vibes. I decided to go the long way to the big shop this morning so that I could get a coffee on the way, and there's a traffic jam. That'll learn me. Good morning. Hello. Welcome. I'm not actually on a road, by the way. I'm on an entrance into a service station where the drive-thru is. Oh, it seems to be clearing up a little bit now. Good morning. Happy Monday, and welcome back to another weekly vlog. What is going on? Oh, someone left their giant water bottle by a tree. They'll be gutted about that. Hiya, could I please get a tall iced latte with 2 pumps of sugar-free vanilla, please? That's it, thank you.
Jot down, please.
Cheers. Thank you. Could I please get a straw as well? Thank you. Cheers. Oh, I said I want the aircon off. So hello, it is Monday. It is 11:30 and I have been a busy bee this morning. I don't know what came over me. I've just been absolutely on it. I didn't have the best night's sleep last night because P woke me up at about 2 o'clock, and then I couldn't go back to sleep because Mr. P was snoring. So I got on the sofa, and within 20 minutes P came and joined me on the sofa, and it's nice at first because it's like a nice little cuddle, but then I wake up an hour later and I'm like stiff and ugh. So not the best night's sleep, but I dropped the kids off to playgroup this morning and then came home, absolutely smashed cleaning the kitchen. Wasn't in my plan, but I did that. Don't really know why. And then went to the gym, 45 minutes upper body, and then a 2.5k long walk home. And now I'm on my way to the big shop. I'm just feeling like, I'm just loving this Monday. I always like a Monday. I'm one of those weird people. I just like, is that a spider inside my car or outside my car? Outside my car. I just love a fresh start. I really, really do. Speaking of which, thank you to everyone who's gone and watched my first official weekly vlog. I think I uploaded a little bit sooner than people were expecting. I basically, hopefully you've watched it, just vlogged straight away as soon as I finished filming that announcement video, and I'm really glad I did. And yeah, lots of people very excited, very happy about the changes and what's to come. I have also been discussing over on Patreon how it's going to change over there. That's something I need to do this week. I need to film a giveaway video for Patreon. I need to film a video for Patreon and sort out the kind of admin behind that, because I've never like changed my tiers before, so I don't really know how that's going to work, but that's the task for this week. But we had a really lovely weekend. On Saturday we just like chilled out for most of the day. I went for a long walk, which was gorgeous, and then our friend came round for the evening and ended up staying the night, which was perfect because it got me to sort out my office and downstairs bedroom because it was atrocious in there. The bed was just covered in clothes that I want to put on Vinted. So I sorted all those out, took pictures of everything. Now I just need to wait for the vibes to be right for me to sit and actually upload them. And I gutted that room, hoovered, dusted, polished everything. The sheets need to go back on because I've washed them since our friend stayed over, and then my office is just going to be perfection again, and it's making me excited. It's making me want to go in there. It's making me want to go sit in there and work, which is always good. It also meant I cleaned our downstairs bathroom, which was definitely in need of doing. And I just think that being pushed to like get that room organised has kind of like lit an organisational fire in me, which is good because I've got a lot of organising and sorting to do in the home. But we'll go into that later in this video, I think. And then yesterday, Sunday, we took the kids bowling into the arcade. That's something that Penny wanted to do, and it was such wholesome family fun. We had 2 games of bowling. I am unbelievably awful at bowling. I came last in both games, bearing in mind the kids had the bumpers up. Penny won the first game, Ben won the second game. But yeah, it was hilarious. It was comedic just how bad I am at bowling. multiple times I didn't hit any pins at any point. It was awful. And then we did the arcade, which I love the arcade. It's so much fun, and it's cool now because you get like tickets out of the machines, and then you go and exchange your tickets for like some sweet. The kids only earn enough to get some sweets and stuff, but we had a really fun, wholesome family afternoon. It was just lovely. And then I made us all dinner. We all had tea outside. We are on the brink of a heat wave here in the UK. It's going to get up to 30 degrees, which I'm not like excited, but I'm also not mad. Like, it means I'm going to have a week of beautiful walks, which is wonderful. But yeah, no autumn vibes in this vlog, I don't think. I made Mr. P's crumble yesterday, apple and blackberry crumble. It didn't go very well. I don't really like crumble, so I don't really have much experience making it. I didn't put anywhere near enough fruit in it, far too much crumble, and I didn't put enough sugar in it either. So I'll definitely do it again because I'd love to go blackberry picking again. I also want to go and pick some sloes. I just need to figure out when the right time to do that is and make sloe gin this year. I've done it before and it was so good, and the longer you keep it the better it gets. And I think I've still got a little bit of my sloe gin left, and it's so nice in Prosecco or just with tonic. Like, honestly, it's the nicest, most festive thing ever. I thought maybe this year I'll do it and maybe put like a cinnamon stick in as well to make it extra festive. I don't know, but I'm getting excited about foraging, so it must be nearly autumn. So I'm basically feeling good, feeling motivated, ready for another week, ready to take you guys along with me. Last week worked really well. I basically filmed from, was it Tuesday to Thursday? And then I finished editing on Friday, uploaded for Patreon on Saturday, and you guys on Sunday. And that worked really well for me, my kind of week. I'm not going to be filming the exact same days every single week because that will get really boring. And as I've mentioned, it might be like just one day, or it might be a few days, or it might be a sit-down video. I don't know. The whole point is we're flexible, but it's weekly. But that format last week worked really, really well for me. It almost felt like I got my video for free. But I think that's also like a knock-on effect from doing Vlogmas in July, in that I've been used to like basically constantly filming and editing. So now to just be like, oh, just a couple of days and it's done, and I don't need to do this again for another like 3 days. It felt really weird, but really nice. But anyway, I'm blabbering on now because I'm avoiding doing the job I need to go and do, which is the food shop. But then once I'm home, I'm gonna have a shower. I didn't get particularly sweaty today, but I want to do like full, like head to toe hair treatment, shave everything, watch it, exfoliate, moisturize, like an everything shower. And that's probably going to take me a good hour, including drying my hair. So we need to crack on with the day, and I'm going to pick the kids up at 3:30. But I'm hoping to get some more knitting done this afternoon because, my goodness, this weekend I was an absolute knitting machine. The mojo is back and it is strong, and I'm loving my projects right now. So I've got loads of lovely knitty things to show you when I get back. But I'm going to start procrastinating and crack on with my day. Let's go! I absolutely love this frame. Every time I see it, I'm like, damn, I want it for my office. But it's quite expensive. Maybe I'll ask for it for my birthday. I have absolutely no business being in the clothing section, but Sainsbury's clothes are so good. Look at this jacket. Is it wild? Could I pull that off? Is it like the ultimate autumnal jacket? I'm gonna try it on. It's so cool, but a step too far for me, I think. Managed to get the ripest, juiciest plums, and I'm so excited for this. It's perfect. Tell me I'm wrong. But stone fruits are the best fruits. Plums, peaches, nectarines. They're just a gift. I've got a plum tree in my garden, but it'll probably be quite a while until we get plums. I have been so incredibly locked in today. It's been fantastic. I haven't had my everything shower yet, but I thought I'm gonna wait until I pick the kids up, because then I can go from shower to pajamas and not have to leave the house again. I have been folding, washing, cleaning the house, making myself a delicious lunch, just generally life admin day girl bossing, and I feel really, really good. Something's definitely come over me in terms of motivation to be organised and tidy, and these phases, I need to shut the door. These phases come and go, and I've come to accept that. I used to get into these phases of being really organised, really tidy, and then when it would peter out, I'd like beat myself up about it and like think of myself as a big fat failure. But now I'm just like, it's just the way we go. And when we have these phases of hyper productivity, enjoy it. Make the most of it while it lasts, and just, yeah. And it's a good time for it to come as well, because it's the holidays. I'm really, really looking forward to almost doing not like a spring clean, like an autumn clean, and just decluttering this whole house and getting rid of loads of stuff, and just as soon as the kids go back to school, I can just be at peace in my clean and tidy house and just lock in with work. I am gonna show you
what's on it at the weekend.
Now, unfortunately, I had to rip out my Nordlig cardigan. I did the whole sleeve and I cast off at the underarms and was ready to work this section, and I was like, I am just gonna block this and I am just gonna check, because this doesn't feel right. And my gauge was so far off, it was unbelievable. The gauge of the pattern is 16 stitches and per 10 centimeters, and I was 12 stitches per 10 centimeters. So like, I was just so far off gauge. I was supposed to be working a small, but I was getting the equivalent. I would have, if I'd continued, mine would have been the equivalent of a large, and it's already very, very oversized, and it was just going to be impractical to wear. It just wouldn't have been good, and honestly, quite gutted. But I did what you must do when you realise this, is I just ripped it out straight away, didn't hold back, just all of it gone, rewound, and then immediately cast on something else instead to replace that project. I still very much want to make a Nordlig cardigan, and I have ordered some new yarn for it. I've bought some mohair from Knitting for Olive in their Gaza fundraiser, and I've ordered 2 strands of 2 different greys, so I can go for like a Marley kind of vibe, which I think will look really beautiful in brioche. And honestly, on a 4.5mm needle, I think 2 strands of yarn, 2 strands of mohair is the only way I'm going to get anywhere close to that 16 stitch. Basically, my yarn was just too thick, and I can feel that I'm working this yarn at quite a tight gauge. But that could also be the fact that I have been knitting in brioche non-stop all weekend. But I have switched. I have decided to make one of my bucket list patterns that I have wanted to make for a long time. I have half made previously. I'll go into that in a minute. But I was looking through all of my saved brioche patterns, and this one was the perfect gauge. 12 stitches per 10 centimeters. So I knew that I wouldn't have to re-swatch, that I had the perfect yarn, the perfect needles. And so I cast on a September sweater by Petite Knit. I know I'm an original, but I do what I want. So I have, I don't know if I've mentioned this recently or not, forgive me if I'm repeating myself, but this was one of those patterns that I saw as a new knitter and thought, OMG, like someone made that? Is that even possible? I could never do that. And then I cast one on in basically this exact same colour, but it was Sandnes Garn Cos, which is really similar to this. This is Issachar Soft. And yeah, they're basically the same thing. I don't know if composition wise they're the same, but they feel the same, they look the same, and similar colour. However, I wasn't on gauge for that. I think I was over gauge because I was using a 5mm needle as suggested, and if this is anything to go by, then I think I was off gauge. I also chose a size that was too big, and then I knit the body like super long, and when I put it on, it just sat on me in a really awkward way. And by that point I had completely lost motivation on the project, so I just couldn't bring myself to like rip it back, redo the ribbing. I also did like half a sleeve on the wrong needle size, and I just couldn't. I just ripped it out and I repurposed that yarn for a different jumper that I wear all the time. So that was one of those cases where just ripping it out was the right thing to do. But I feel like I'm having much more success with this one. I am on gauge and I've gone for a size small as well. So I'm hoping that should all work out nicely. It's so satisfying. It's just such a beautiful design. This is the back shoulder shaping, and this is the front neck shaping. And I have joined at the underarm and done a little bit here, but I have come to the end of this ball. And what I'm going to do is I want to work a sleeve next, but I am really, really low on cables. I don't know where they've all gone. I need to order some more. But the cable that I need to do the collar is what I'm currently doing on using on my second project, which I'm about to show you. I'm not going to try and put this on just because the cable is a bit too short and I really don't want to lose stitches in brioche, but so nice. It's going to be squishy, autumnal, cozy. I'm going to go for probably like a mid crop, like the same kind of length as my Midland is supposed to be, so not full length, not cropped, kind of natural waist in between, so it goes over my waistband of my high-waisted things but doesn't reach the point where my body's at my widest. It kind of just skims above it, and that's like a length that I really, really enjoy. Not full length, not cropped. So yeah, that's what's happening here. If you are going to attempt this pattern, I will say I have noticed a few moments in it that aren't the best. And I'm quite surprised because it is size inclusive, it goes all the way up to a 5X. And so it's been updated, I think, with those new sizes, or maybe it was all those sizes from the beginning, I don't know. But the particular place to look out for is when picking up stitches for the left and right front piece. It tells you exactly what to do on the left, and then it just says to do the same on the right. However, it's different, it's not the same. From this side, you start at the neck edge working out, this side you start at the armhole edge working in, and it's not worded very well at all. You need to be confident in drop shoulder construction, I think, to understand this pattern. It's quite an old petite knit pattern now, and I definitely think it could do with an update, just kind of further clarification of things. I've noticed in more recent petite knit patterns there is more information than there used to be. It used to be super stripped back like this one, where you're expected to know what to do, whereas in the more recent patterns there's they're still not hand-holdy at all. You still need the knowledge, but there's definitely more guidance, especially in places where you might struggle to understand things. Speaking of which, moving on to my next project, which is my Elizabeth blouse, which we tried on in the last episode. Thank you for all the lovely comments. Lots of people saying it suited me very nicely. Thank you, I agree. And lots of you very encouraging, saying that once I block it, you think it's going to fit beautifully. So I have been working on the sleeve. My plan was to work both the sleeves and then finish the body with whatever yarn I have left. And honestly, after an entire weekend of brioche, to sit down and just work stockinetting around last night on the sofa whilst watching Yellowstone was just pure bliss. It was so nice. Even on 3.5mm needles, working this sleeve is giving me like the vibes I get when I work on a sock. So lovely, and the decreases aren't too often either, so I get a nice chunk before I start have to think about, is it time to decrease or not? So I've done this much, and this was pretty much all last night. So I'm going to, my plan is to, tractor, work this whole sleeve until it is done, and then I've got this cable back, and then I'm going to do the collar on that guy, and then either work a sleeve on the September or work the second sleeve on this one. I'm just going to jump between the two, and if one particularly takes my fancy and I want to spend more time on it, fine. But currently I'm really enjoying just kind of dipping into these two very different but sweater whips, which is mad because the last time I knit like a full sweater garment was this time last year. I've not knit a sleeve since last year, and that was my Maxine sweater. I've done like a sleeveless tank summer top since then, but I have just not been feeling garments for quite a while. But I really feel like my garment mojo is coming back, and I definitely think for me, garments are my least favourite thing to design, though if I have a clear enough vision, I enjoy it. Like with the Blair top, I really enjoyed working on that so far, and it is my intention to get back to that this week. But things like scarves and blankets and homeware, it's just, I just get more joy from it, and I think it's because they are much easier to grade, they are much easier to test, they're a lot less problematic, so I don't find I have to like force myself through the willpower of it as much. So therefore I enjoy the process more, therefore I'm more likely to design more. So I think I'm just gonna enjoy working on my garments that aren't my designs for now, and then pick up one of my other garment designs as and when I feel like it. I've got 3 garment designs on the go at the moment that are just sat half finished. So we'll just see how we get on with those. Who knows? I think once the weather starts to turn, the mojo for designing will also return. But I've now got 20 minutes until I need to, half an hour until I need to leave to go and get the kids. So I'm gonna knit. I'm gonna do a little bit on my sleeve. I'm gonna watch a vlog, and then, oh man, I'm gonna get home, have an everything shower, and then spend some time with my babies. I think I've missed them. I hope they've had a good day. There's an ice cream van today at their playgroup. Honestly, it's so good. It's run by Penny's Dance School, and it is the best kids club ever. There's something different every day, and they do like dance, cheerleading, gymnastics. My son doesn't do those bits, but there's also like crafting and games and just loads of different stuff. So it's ice cream van today. One day is like face painting and glitter tattoos. Another day, like once they had like an animal, like a man with loads of different animals come, and they all got to see the animals and stroke them. Jeff loved that. And yeah, just something different, and it's so good, and it's such a good value for money. So they're there every day this week, though I suspect Jeff might at some point be like, I don't want to go today. And if he says that, that's fine. I've already paid for it, but I'm also not going to force him to go somewhere for the sake of it. Like, there's plenty I can do with him here. Penny will still go, and I can still do everything I would normally do with him here because he's so low maintenance, unless I have to go somewhere. But funny old tangent. Time to enjoy some knitting, and I'll probably see you guys again tomorrow. This is the lovely thing I'm noticing about weekly vlogging. I don't feel like I have to be constantly filming. I can just pick the camera up as and when I feel like it, and chat when there's something to chat about. And yeah, I'm just really enjoying this type of vlogging and filming, and I hope you are too. Right, let's crack on with my sleeve. I've made a decision. tomorrow, when I drop the kids off at playgroup, I'm going to go on a hike. Not just a walk, not just a poodle around the field, a proper hike. Where they're at is very near, like a, what do you even call it? Like a scenic place that my parents used to take me to actually when we were younger. And I thought, oh, it'd be well nice to take a walk up there. So I downloaded this app, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a walking route app, like free trial thing. And it showed me the route that I can go. So in preparation for that, because I'm going to be doing that like first thing in the morning, I am going to make overnight oats. And that way, even if I don't have time to eat them in the morning before I take the kids, once I drop them off, I can sit and eat them in the car and then go off on my hike. I'm so excited. Yay. So I've just watched a video and it's just loads of different overnight oat ideas. I'll link it below because it's actually pretty good. But I'm going to make my base oats and then I'm trying to decide between doing a banana bread one or an almond latte one. I think I'm leaning towards almond latte because then it'll have a bit of coffee in it, which would be like a nice little boost in the morning as well. Or will I just have an actual, oh, I can't decide. Maybe I should mix the two together and do like banana and almond. That sounds good. Or banana and peanut butter. Oh, now that sounds really good. So going in with half a cup of rolled oats. I'm gonna make a mess. This jar isn't very big. And then a tablespoon of chia seeds. That feels like a lot of chia seeds. That's probably more than I would have normally done. But they are very good for you. Next it says half a cup of milk, but I'm going to use kefir for gut health. Yeah, got your favourites, dude.
Yay!
Oh, hang on. Let's give it a bit of a shake. A quarter cup of Greek yogurt. I think my jar might be a bit small. Banana. An overripe banana, mushed up, and then I'm going to slice the other half and add it to my little bag of frozen bananas that we use in smoothies. Honestly, I used to throw out so many bananas because they get rejected by the kids or they go over, but now I just freeze them, but you have to chop them up first. Smash my banana. I'm probably going to add the nut butter in the morning because it's going to be really liquidy at the moment, and I kind of just want to mix it in when it's set. A pinch of salt and about half a teaspoon of honey. In the recipe he says maple syrup, but I like honey. And so far this is what we've got. I've got a very, very full jar. I can't imagine eating all of this. Maybe I'll go halvesies. Oh, I do have another one of these jars. This is a jar my honey comes in. So I could just divide this mix between two if I feel like this is too much. Although I'm gonna need a load of energy for my hike. It's about 1 hour and 40 minutes, but I'm well excited. It's gonna be quite warm, so if I'm exercising tomorrow, it'll be first thing in the morning. This is actually all right now. I'm getting to mix it. Oh, I forgot the spices. Just going to put a touch of my Leberkuchen spice mix. I make this every Christmas. I believe I shared the recipe in one of my Vlogmas videos. Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But you can just easily Google Leberkuchen spice mix. I make it every year and I put it in little jars and I give it to my sister and my mum. And you can put it on porridge, you can use it in baking in replacement of other spices. I don't use too much because it's quite strong and I don't want this to taste of it, but I normally almost always put a little bit of it in my banana bread as well. Put some in my crumble yesterday, though Mr. P wasn't so much of a fan of the spices in the crumble. He's a purist when it comes to crumbles. Oh, this is making me hungry. I might divide this between two because this feels like a lot for me. Don't know if you can hear that, but the kids have recently discovered K-pop Demon Hunters, so that's what they're watching. Now I'm just going to leave it in the one jar, and then in the morning if it feels like too much I'll divide it then, because I would like to also put like fresh fruit and nuts on the top. I might put some, this is just gonna be the weirdest combination, so I'll probably put raspberries on there as well for fibre. I'm just gonna divide it into two now. And then I've got 2 breakfasts, and I will also, I'll take other snacks with me for when I'm on my walk. So yeah, that looks a little bit more like my type of portion, like first thing in the morning. I do try and eat, I mean, I do eat breakfast every morning, but I've normally been up for like 2 hours or so before I eat. Like I'm up at like 7:30, and by the time I've got home from school, and it's 9:30, and that's when I eat. So I'm never a big fan of eating like first thing, but I also am not a fan of exercising fasted. So I think that'll be just about the right morning portion for me. And then on the top, I'll put the nut butter, raspberries, some chopped walnuts, maybe some like seed mix or something, and then just, yeah, I'll be ready for my walk. All right then, my loves, I will see you in the morning. Good morning. Oh, it's already been a bit of an adventure, and I've been walking for 20 minutes. I just had to traverse this field, 2 of them, and the public footpath was not clear. So that was fun, and I just got stung by a stinging nettle on the back of my leg. So I'm going to be itchy for a little while. Honestly, it's already turning into quite the adventure, but I'm sat on a sty, so I thought I would sit and have a little chat. My overnight oats were gorgeous. They were perfect. I was bang on with the portion size. I added almond butter, raspberries and chopped walnuts, and they were delicious. Perfect amount, tasted lovely, perfect texture. I'm looking forward to having those again tomorrow. I might do something a little different. We woke up a little bit late this morning, so it was a bit of a mad rush this morning, but I've got my water and I've got some snacks with me as well in case I get hungry, but I'm feeling that overnight oats, so we should all be good. Right, now I need to try and figure out how I get across this field, though it does look like there's a bit more of an obvious footpath here, hopefully. We have a problem. Cows. Legit scared of cows. Like, I think they're beautiful creatures, but I don't want to be anywhere near one. I can see people hiking on the other side of the field, and I've got to get up there. I'm just gonna have to go all the way around, I think. Ugh, and they're looking at me, I don't like it. Okay, they don't seem to be too bothered by me. So, I'm just going to stay on the edges of the field. I feel better knowing there's other people within my sights. Looks like they've got a dog as well, so they must be locals. They must know it's all right. Okay, I'm about to go up a big old hill. Up here. I've made it to the Dovecote, which is this big building here. Pretty sure it's a Dovecote. Big round building where birds go. The door has been blocked up, of course, so no one can go in and vandalise, but it's pretty gorgeous up here. I need to figure out where my house is, because I'm pretty sure you can see it from here. Over there somewhere. Made it home to some packages. I don't actually know what this one is. Oh, that's boring. Well, not boring, it's a light that Mr. Penrose has ordered for the terrace. But this one is from one of you lovely people. I had a message asking if I would like to receive a little gift from a viewer, just to say thank you. And I used to get really awkward about this kind of thing. But now I just say, yes please, that would be really kind. Like, why not? OMG, that's so cool! And I goodness. It is a bookmark. It says Penrose on it. I've never seen a bookmark like this before. I've been meaning to tell you guys about how I'm actually reading an actual real life book. And look, it's got a little mini skein on the end. In my favourite butty yellow. Oh, it's gorgeous. I've never seen anything like that before. Got little mini skein stitch markers. This one is supposed to be like the sibling sweater. And whoop, this one is to match my office. I use progress keepers more than stitch markers, and I always like ones that are light because then they don't like pull on the work, so they are perfect. Oh, and there's something for the kiddies. OMG, these are adorable. They are gonna love these. This is right up their street. Umbrella octopuses following a pattern from Hooks and Healers. Look! Little green one, a little pink one. OMG, they are going to love these. And their backpacks are pink and green. That's twice my car alarm has gone off today. Thank you so much, Helen. I'm hoping it's Helen. I think it's Helen, not Helen, but thank you so much. It's such a kind gift and so thoughtful. Oh, I have the sweetest community, and obviously I've said this before, I don't do this for gifts and for people to send me things, but hearing, like receiving a letter from you guys or an email with your story and how you're like growing and improving your life for yourself, it's just amazing, and it's why I do it. I will keep that forever. It's like jewellery for my book. Jewellery for anything, and I'm there and I'm on it. Got myself a juicy peach for a little editing snack. And we are in my bedroom. This isn't my bedroom. Kind of wish it was my bedroom sometimes. We are in my office / guest room. The lighting is a little bit odd. Kind of got this like hazy situation going on here, but ever since I tidied it the weekend, I've been like, oh, I want to go and do a work block in the office. So it is 10 to 12, oh, so it's 12 o'clock, basically. And I need to leave to get the kids at 3. So I'm going to work now from 12 till 2. I've got some editing to do. And if I have any time left over from the editing, which I should, I'm going to reply to some emails, and then I'm going to take a look at the Blair pattern, which I've been writing, because I've not looked at it for a couple of weeks and I can't remember why I stopped. It's pretty much there, but I've just got basically the really boring bits, like the abbreviations and the construction description and all those like fiddly boring little bits. Like the actual writing of the pattern itself I love, but then all those admin bits is just like eh. But I would like to cast on that second sample pretty soon, but I'm in no rush. I'll do it when I want. I make the rules. But I just had an everything bath. I was going to have everything shower yesterday, but I just ran out of time, so I just had a quick body shower, and I also know I'm going to go for a big sweaty walk in the morning. So yeah, I had a bath, shaved my legs, my hair. I'm just going to let it dry naturally. I'm heading into another shedding season, I think, which I think has kind of happened this time last year, but it could also be to do with the fact that I had a Graves' disease relapse. So everything was going mad, including hair and nail growth. And now I'm hopefully back to normal. Things are maybe levelling themselves out and I'm losing a bit of that extra hair growth, but it's okay. We don't panic. I actually, I watched some of my Vlogmases from last year the other day, and I can't believe how short my hair was. My hair has grown so much in the past 6 months, and I put that down to probably eating well, collagen I've been taking consistently, and just mainly taking care of my hair, I think. Heat maybe once a week, twice a week tops, letting it dry naturally, and just, yeah, not buffing about with it, just leaving it be. Put a nice treatment on it occasionally, and just, yeah. I've just left it alone, and it's grown loads. It was literally, I had it cut up to here in like December last year. Just got rid of all the damage, and look how much it's grown. So maybe by Vlogmas this year will be more like down here. That would be the dream. But I haven't recapped my walk. It was good. It was nice. It was tricky because the app that I was using wasn't fantastic. It gave me guidance on my watch, but I didn't get like a notification when I went wrong. Like something would pop up on my phone, but obviously I didn't have my phone, like I wasn't staring at my phone the whole time. So I was following the thing and I kept going wrong a few times, and it was annoying because I kept having to double back and check my phone, and it kind of took me out of it a little bit, the kind of figuring out where to go. But I guess, you know, if you go for a big old walk / hike, I guess, you kind of got to do that figuring out thing. So it was good. I enjoyed it. I feel really good for doing it. It was nice to be somewhere different. The views were beautiful. But I think next time I'm probably just going to go somewhere where I know where I'm going, because then I can really like just be in the moment. I didn't listen to my book for the whole walk. At least the first kind of 45 minutes I wasn't listening to my book, which was nice. I captured loads of new birds on my bird app. I got seagulls and I got blue tits and I got a woodpecker. So exciting. But yes, I'm going to lock in now and do a nice little work block because I'm looking forward to this. And this room is lovely and cool. It's the coldest room in the house, which is lovely in the summer. Bit more problematic in the winter, but I don't mind so much because I get my blanket and my hot water bottle and my little heater, and I really like getting cozy in here in the winter. But yeah, I love this room.
So you wouldn't forget her. Wish I could care less. It isn't my place to know what it says. My heart is a front page. It won't act its own age. It aches as it bends, folds at the edges. I'm out of my hand. Say that we're fine and all, 'cause we are. But where's that confidence for someone who finds it hard to remember? Where's that common sense?
Who is she? I'm not wearing okay, I'm wearing a little bit of active wear in the top half. Need to adjust that a bit. But I've got some little denim shorts on. The fit isn't great. They're a little bit, you know, and they're a little bit big here, but age-old problem. If I go down a size, they won't fit here, but they will fit here. If I go up a size, they'll fit better here, but will be massive here. So I'm just going with it. Just going with it. It's nice to not be wearing gym stuff. Plus, I did my hair. Got some Baby Spice vibes going on. I don't even know who I think I am. But I'm going to get my nails done this afternoon, so I wanted to be cute. Good morning, guys. It's Thursday and I just sat here and rambled on for literally 8 minutes about the most random things. I've come to the conclusion that I'm in my luteal phase. It's hard for me to tell because my cycles are all over the shop because of my Graves' disease, and 1 month it's 15 days, the next month it's 28 days. I never really know. But yeah, I'm getting luteal vibes. I am all over the shop. I'm very easily distracted. I'm a little bit irritable, but I'm also quite tired because I realised I worked out 3 days in a row, which isn't something I've done for a while. So absolutely having a rest day today. I'm kind of tempted to go for a gentle walk later just because it's bringing me so much joy at the moment. Literally just like maybe 3k around the field, not even fast, but we'll see how time gets on. Time seems to be flying today, and I need to go and do a little food shop because I definitely underestimated how much stuff I'd need for lunch boxes. But where did I leave off yesterday? Got my nails done. That's where we left off yesterday, and they're not great. it was a different nail tech, and I'm now realizing that she was like an apprentice nail tech. So it cost less, but they are not the usual standard. They're fine. It's like still a better job than I could do. But for example, this nail, my normal nail tech did, because she was demonstrating to the girl who was doing my nails. Like, can you see the difference? Like, this one is like, as my nail tech put it, the shape of an egg. This one is like flat. They're so different, but again, never mind, doesn't matter. I went for butter yellow, or I'm feeling like this is slightly more like banana, but these are like the last nails of the summer, because as soon as we hit September, which isn't that far away, we're talking rust, we're talking maroon, we're talking mushroom brown, like all my favorite earthy, yummy colors for autumn. I'm so excited. But I thought I'd just do one more little summery vibe. It also took ages. It took so much longer than it normally does. I was very nearly late to pick up the kids, but got the kids home, and then we all sat down together on the sofa for a big cuddle. I'm really missing them this week, and we watched K-pop Demon Hunters together, and it was the first time I actually sat down and properly watched it, and oh my life. Each and every one of you, if you've got Netflix, go and watch it. It's so good. Even if you don't have kids, it's so good. It's funny, it's clever, the animation is stunning, the music is amazing. I'm even listening to the music on my own in the car when the kids aren't even there. And the story is beautiful. Like, if they come home tonight and they're like, can we watch K-pop Demon Hunters? I'll be like, yeah, sure, let's go for it. So yeah, I had a lovely evening with the kids yesterday. Made us all a lovely dinner. I made my overnight oats again because, oh, I'm just obsessed. They are so nice. Had them again this morning. But last night I made stewed apples. So I picked some apples from my tree, chopped them up, put them in a pan with just a knob of butter and a sprinkling of sugar. I think I had about 400 grams of apples, and I used about 50 grams of brown sugar. That's all we needed really. And cinnamon, and then kind of just gently cook them on a low heat, and then I put the lid on the pan for them to steam. And I did overcook them a little bit. It's more of an apple puree, and I was hoping more for like chunks, so I definitely don't need to cook them for long at all, but it still tastes stunning. So I had that on my overnight oats this morning with a little bit of almond butter and walnuts, and yeah, I've got another portion for tomorrow. I think not only are they delicious, and like life is too short to not prioritize deliciousness when it comes to your food, but I'm really enjoying the convenience of it in the morning, like not having to make breakfast, just having it there. And I really enjoy a sweet breakfast. I like quite more often than not, I'm leaning more towards a sweet breakfast, and then I like a nice savoury lunch. Sometimes I'll switch them, but today I'm having rice paper rolls. I've seen them in like so many videos I've watched recently, and I roasted a chicken last night, so I've got loads of leftover chicken, veg from the garden, wrapped up in those like nice rice paper rolls that you like hydrate in water. I've never done it before, I've never even eaten them before, and I'm gonna make a peanut dipping sauce, which reminds me, I got a new book. I got a new cookbook, and I'm so excited by this. This is by a woman called Emma Peterson, and I think she's a big foodie on Instagram, and has recently started YouTube. So she's got a very small following on YouTube, but her videos are very good. She's training for an Ironman. I have no plans to do a triathlon, but I still really like watching people train for triathlons. Weird. But also she has excellent foodie content, and I just love the ethos of this. It's healthy-ish, and I love that. I feel like I live my life by healthy-ish. I'm always aiming for healthy choices, whole foods, nourishment, taking care of my body, loving my body, but we're not restricted to that healthy. There's room for a bit of ish. So I've been feeling really stagnant in the foods that I've been cooking. And now that Jeff is getting more adventurous with his food, I'm thinking I just wanted a book that I could just have and hold and look through. And like I say, I'm a big fan of this creator and her kind of ethos around food, so I thought, well, I'll buy the book. And so yeah, there's breakfast, brunch, lunch, snacks, dinner, sweet treats, and it's all just health-minded but delicious and fun. So I've already looked through it once, but I want to actually earmark some recipes, and I think I might write a food plan for next week, because I think that's another reason I end up being a bit stagnant. Is normally when I go shopping I don't have a plan. I'll just buy all the vegetables that look nice, all the proteins that look nice, and then I'll get like potatoes and grains and rice and pasta and kind of like store cupboard essentials, and just kind of like make it up as I go along depending on how I feel on the day. And that's fine, that normally works for me, but I'm kind of just doing the same things over and over again. So I'm really excited to look into this. And there is, from what I remember, like a peanut dipping sauce for a different recipe, or I think it was for noodles. It's basically just like peanut butter, soy sauce and seasonings in a hot water, and you shake it, and that's your like dressing. So I'm probably going to do that because I have all the ingredients, I think. But I feel like I'm talking a lot. So yeah, feeling good. Quiet rest day today. I've been editing this morning / also sitting in silence, and I've got 2 more things to talk about, and I'm going to round this video up. I've got a whip and another book, but I'm quickly just going to mention the book because we're on books. Obviously yesterday, day before, I received that lovely gift from a viewer, and I mentioned the fact that I'm reading an actual book. Now, I'm not about to be a book YouTuber. I don't watch book YouTubers. I don't get it. I don't really like, I'm not the kind of reader that then wants to like discuss the book afterwards. I'm just like ready to move on. But traditionally I listen to audiobooks because I find the reading of a book too overwhelming. Normally my head is too crazy, too noisy, too distracted to actually focus on a book. However, I recently noticed that my bedtime routine has stopped working. If you're interested in what my bedtime routine was, there's a whole episode on it in last year's Vlogmas. It's actually quite a cute episode. But I had it down to a T. It was working really well for me, but then recently it's just stopped working, and I'll go through my routine and I'll be in my bed and I'll be like, can't switch off. So I was listening to an audiobook and playing 15 minutes of my little, like, one of my favorite games on my phone. And yes, I know like screens before bed isn't great, but it was working for me. I would limit it to 15 minutes, and then the phone would turn off, and then I would, in the dark, close my eyes, another 15 minutes of audiobook, and within that 15 minutes I would usually fall asleep, but that stopped happening. So I just thought, I'm just going to try reading an actual book, because historically, one of the reasons I don't read normal books as well is because it sends me to sleep. And I was like, okay, well, that's kind of the goal here. So I picked up this book, which is called The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. And Mr. Penrose got me this for a present. Can't remember what it was for. Well, can't remember what the occasion was, but he got it for me because it's got knitting and crochet in it. The female character is a book editor, and she edits books about crafts. And the male lead in it has a patient who knits and crochets. So he thought I might like it. And the knitting and crochet isn't a huge part of the story, but it's like a nice little bit in there. And I'm aware of this story and how it works because there was a BBC adaptation of it, I think, or someone somewhere made like a TV series of it, which I'd really like to watch, but I wanted to read the book first. So and originally when I thought, do you know what, I'm going to start reading books, I thought, okay, well, I'll buy a book. It's like, no, don't need to buy a book. I've got a whole bookshelf full of books. And I saw this. I would like to read Normal People because I have seen the TV show of it and loved it. And I kind of want to watch it again, but I'm going to read the book first. Normally when I listen to audiobooks, it's like big, long, epic fantasy. But actually reading a book before bed, because I'll only read like a chapter at a time, I don't want anything big and heavy and intense. I just want like a nice story, like real people, real world. I'm not so much into the fantasy before bed. I just like listening to it in my day-to-day life. So this so far has been perfect. I'm enjoying it. I'm not like drinking it off the page, but I'm also not hating it. So we'll see how we get on. So I've basically been getting into bed, like phone off, reading this, and I'll normally get through a chapter before I start to feel my eyes going. And as soon as I feel my eyes going, it's like book down, light off, close my eyes. And I am shocked at what happens next. I fall asleep. Like, as somebody whose brain is constant, like I couldn't believe it. And it's not like my head was quiet. Like last night, for example, I laid my head down on the pillow and all I could hear was like the music from K-pop Demon Hunters, but I still fell asleep like really quickly, to the point like I couldn't even believe it when I woke up. I was like, damn. And weirdly enough, as soon as I woke up, song's still in my head. Literally, like my brain doesn't realise I'm asleep. It's not like I wake, like literally the first thing I thought of the moment I woke up was that song. I could hear in my head. That's how intense the inside of my head is. I get no respite. Fortunately, it's a good song. Insanely hard to sing. Definitely think there's some kind of like studio auto-tune situation going on there, because my goodness, it's so high. So that's where we're at. I'm reading an actual real life book. If you have any recommendations of this kind of thing, like one book, real people, interesting story, I like a bit of drama, I like a bit of crime, like but I prefer like personal development stories. Like I read, the last book I actually read in real life, this was years ago, was the Dolly Alderton one. It's like something about love. Again, there was a TV series of it since, but I loved that. Like I like stories about women, and I like stories about personal like development, but like in the novel kind of thing, not necessarily like autobiography. I don't mind an autobiography, but yeah, let me know. Just easy reading, interesting, not too heavy. Yeah, let me know. But I'm now going to finally show you my whip progress, because I've finished my first sleeve. It's looking so good. So this is blocked. I blocked it last night when I got to about here on the sleeve, just to check the sleeve length. And then I've just blocked the cuff a little bit since I've done it. But the fabric, since blocking, it's just stunning. It's soft and drapey, and it's kind of like giving like shop bought, which, you know, I know a lot of people are like, we shouldn't be aiming for shop bought because these are handmades, but I like that. I like it when it looks like absolutely pristine and beautiful. Now I'm only going to briefly put this on, because even now I'm getting a bit hot because it's very warm today and I've shut the windows because of the noise. But I am so excited for this. Honestly, I cannot blooming wait. Now, I've learned that my row gauge is in fact under. My stitch gauge is perfect, but my row gauge is short. So I do think my yoke is a little shorter than designed, but I don't think it's too short. It's definitely there in the armpit, but I'm also hoping once I've done the body and there's the weight to pull it down and it's been fully wet blocked, then it all fits a little bit better. But again, it's like, it's not unwearable, and I'm actually really enjoying like the fit and the amount of ease of it. I've got nothing like this in my wardrobe. The fit on the sleeve, oh sorry, the light. Hello, Mega Floyd. Yes, the fit on the sleeve is like perfect. There's a little bit of room. It's by no means tight, but there is like very little ease in there. There's maybe like a couple of centimeters of positive ease, but again, I really, really like that because there's nothing like this in my wardrobe. It's like giving like, I feel like it's giving formal. Like if I worked in an office, I could totally wear this with my smart black trousers, but I just, yeah, it was such a good decision to cast this on. I love it. So my plan now is to do the second sleeve, and then whatever yarn I've got left over, I will do the body, but I need to take it off because I'm so hot. So yeah, now I finished this sleeve, I've got my needle back so I can do the collar on my September sweater. However, I think I'm just going to crack on with the second sleeve of this because I tried to work on my September sweater yesterday at swimming, and oh my goodness, it's just too hot at the moment, like for all that fluff and warmth. And the project's getting kind of big now, so it's like a lot on my lap. So I might just hold that off until it cools down a little bit and just focus on this for now. I do also have a couple of other projects that I need to work on that I can't show you. I've got a gift, and I don't know if the person's watching or not. They may or may not be, but I don't want to risk it. So I'd like to work on that a little bit. And then I also have a design that I really need to get going because it's for an advent calendar for this year. Can't share who or what, etc. because that's up to the dyer to announce. But it's only small. It's not for a whole advent calendar. It's just for one skein, which is exciting. And I've got a very clear idea and I know what I'm doing. I just need to crack on with it. But yeah, I'm really, really, really enjoying my knitting projects at the moment. I don't know if you can tell, like I can't remember the last time I enjoyed like a garment this much. And it's a 3.5mm needle, 23 stitch gauge, plain stockinette, brown colour. Like you'd think this wouldn't be very stimulating, but it's been such a pleasure. I think the key to doing like a small gauge garment is to have another kind of difficult garment on the go with like an intricate stitch or a texture or something, because after working brioche for a weekend, this feels like the quickest, easiest, simplest thing in the world. So there you go, that's my hack for small gauge knitting. But I'm going to round this up now because long video, I think it's going to be over an hour, but that's all right. You know, if you know me, you'll know I like a long video and you don't have to watch it all in one go. If you can sit and watch an episode of blooming Love Island for an hour, then you can watch a vlog for an hour. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me again this week. It's been wonderful. I've had such a lovely time. I can't believe I've got enough footage and it's only Thursday lunchtime, but that's good because I've got some Patreon filming I need to do and I just need to kind of focus my attention elsewhere for a little while. But I will be back again next week. Obviously, I'm probably going to put this live on Sunday again. I think having a regular upload schedule is good because then people know when to expect and I don't want to do like too much too often. So yeah, I'll see you again next week. As I said, no childcare next week. Date night with Mr. P. I might include that, so I might vlog towards the end of the week next week and like finish on the Friday night rather than like Monday to Thursday. Maybe I'll do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't really know. It's just whatever really. But yeah, let me know if there's anything more you'd like to see from me. Let me know what you're enjoying and I'll see if I can deliver. But thank you so much for joining me again. Hope you're having a fabulous summer and a wonderful week and I will see you next time. Bye bye.